Did Weird Al Yankovic really hook up with Madonna, party with Andy Warhol, and have mad beef with drug lord Pablo Escobar? Was he a super sleek assassin whose parents believed the accordion was a tool of the devil? Has he ever done drugs in his life? Today, we look at the true story behind Alfred Yankovic and his movie Weird. If you enjoy this video, be sure to squeeze that like button and subscribe. Stay through to the end of the video to find out where Weird Al is taking his career next. Weird, the Al Yankovic story is a spoof of recent big-budget biopics. The Roku original delves deep into the comedian's depraved lifestyle and his torrid affair with Madonna. Showing Yankovic as a rebellious and unconventional singer, Weird drenches the secret assassin's excessive lifestyle in booze and drugs while digging into the infamous romance that nearly destroyed him. So, is any of it true? Of course not. Weird, the Al Yankovic story does pull from the iconic musician's real life and subtle strokes, but here's the real story. Mr. Nice Guy. In reality, Al is known as one of the nicest celebrities in Hollywood, holding a place next to Keanu Reeves and Tom Hanks. Throughout a career that spans over 40 years, he has never been involved in any huge Hollywood scandals. And he is known for living a clean lifestyle, steering clear of drugs, and promoting a healthy diet. He's never punched out paparazzi or screamed at a fan. Our boy is practically an angel, but none of that makes for a compelling drama, now does it? Weird isn't Al's first biopic. Weird, the Al Yankovic story is a feature-length adaptation of a trailer that debuted on Funny or Die in 2013, which garnered over 7 million views. Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul played the weird one in this hilarious short, but wasn't able to reprise his role, with Harry Potter icon Daniel Radcliffe stepping in to fill these legendary vans. But that wasn't the first time Al had parodied himself in depicting his own life on screen. Yankovic released The Complete Al way back in 1985, a mockumentary that poked fun at the rock docs of the time. While it spoofed Al's life and career through the mid-80s, it was steeped in fact, offering a more accurate view of his childhood and rise to fame. First released as an hour-long special on Showtime, a 100-minute feature-length version was released on CBS Home Video, along with the semi-autobiographical book, The Authorized Al. Weird Al's date with Madonna. While Weird shows Al and Madonna engaging in a torrid affair that nearly derailed his career, these 80s rock gods never really got it on behind closed doors. At least as far as the public knows, it's never been confirmed that the pair have ever even met in person to this day. Madonna was infamous for her Hollywood affairs back in the 80s and 90s, which included Sean Penn, Warren Beatty, and even Vanilla Ice. Weird Al wasn't so lucky to be in that club. He's one of the few celebrities that does not show up in Madonna's infamous sex book from 1992. Al did spoof Madonna's hit Like a Virgin in 1985. She even came up with the idea for his parody, Like a Surgeon, the first and only time one of his songs was developed by the original artist. Evan Rachel Wood, who plays Madonna in the Al Yankovic story, claims she's never met the iconic singer and that the pop star was not consulted about the movie. Madonna may not even be aware that Weird, the Al Yankovic story, even exists. Al the Party Monster. Weird showcases Al's hard partying lifestyle. He's seen tripping out with Andy Warhol and even Salvador Dali, who believes Yankovic will change the world. Did Weird Al really party hard with Andy Warhol and other fringe artists of the time? We don't think so. We do know that Al visited the Andy Warhol Museum in 2019 while on his Strings Attached tour, innocently enough, but that might be as far as it goes. Al was not a tabloid mainstay in the 80s. It's possible he snuck into a few nasty soirees unnoticed, but we doubt it. He was never photographed outside of Studio 54, and there's no evidence that he ever visited the factory, which closed shop in 1983, a year before Al would find superstardom. There is no evidence Warhol and Al ever met. Yankovic has never publicly discussed the matter if it did happen. Warhol probably knew of and perhaps even liked Weird Al's music, having passed in 1987, a year after Weird Al's Polka Party flopped on the charts. Conan O'Brien plays Andy Warhol in Weird, which offers a twisted version of the pair's non-existent friendship. Al's beef with Escobar. Despite what is shown in Weird, the Al Yankovic story, Al was never at war with Pablo Escobar. He's never publicly beefed with anyone except maybe Coolio over the Amish Paradise parody, a fight that was squashed fairly quickly. Coolio calls it one of his biggest mistakes. Over the years, Al has aired very mild grievances with Prince and Paul McCartney for never letting him parody their work, but Al has never been embroiled in a feud with any infamous historical figures, drug kingpins, or otherwise. Al the Addict. Perhaps Al was once addicted to Twinkie Wiener sandwiches, but never cocaine, crack, or heroin. Weird shows the comedian going beyond the edge of sanity, yet this legendary musician is notoriously straight edge when it comes to illicit substances. He claims he's never taken any drugs in his life except maybe morphine, but that's only because he was in extreme pain at the time. Al has never done drugs recreationally. He did enjoy hanging with his stoner crowd in college because it was easy to make them laugh. Al never engaged in the party himself out of respect for his parents, who drilled a strict no drugs etiquette into him. Al says he might be ready for the hard stuff when he turns 75. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Al the assassin? Weird takes a wild turn midway through, claiming Al was a super assassin. Did Al secretly work for the CIA? Get real. The Al Yankovic story is spoofing the 2002 quasi-biopic Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. In the George Clooney-directed drama, Gong Show host Chuck Barris claims he used to work for the CIA as a globetrotting assassin who killed 34 Russian agents, a fact that has never been disproven. Al steals some of Chuck's story for his new biopic. This fabricated piece of history is also culled from other secret spy celebrities such as Frank Sinatra, Julia Child, and Cary Grant. Nothing so exciting has ever happened to Weird Al in his real life, but it sure does make for an exciting addition to his story. Weird Al's parents. Al's parents are far from supportive and weird. His dad refers to musical parodies as evil, and his mom thinks the accordion is a tool of the devil. They ask him to stop being who he is and doing the things he loves, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Nick and Mary Yankovic were always very supportive of their son and often appeared in his projects. Weird being a comedy, the film doesn't delve into the tragic passing of Al's parents, who were both victims of apparent carbon monoxide poisoning in their 80s. Al was shocked and devastated by this sad turn of events and loved his parents very much. He calls the incident a horrible nightmare. At the time, he didn't take a break and continued playing over 70 live shows to help deal with the depression. Weird Al almost didn't happen. Al is smart. The lyrics in his spoof White and Nerdy are quite prolific and true. He started kindergarten a year early, skipped second grade altogether, and graduated from Linwood High School at 16. He then attended California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, where he received his bachelor's degree in architecture. If his musical career hadn't panned out, we could have been looking at the next Frank Lloyd Wright instead. Al is a vegan. Despite making quite a few funny songs about junk snacks and fast food, Al is actually a vegan who maintains a fairly healthy diet. Weird may depict him as a crazed party animal who will consume just about anything, smoking and drinking his way to an early grave, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Al did admit in a 2014 Rolling Stone interview that he does cheat and eat dairy on occasion. He does love Rocky Road after all, but that might be his biggest vice. Where is Al going next? Weird Al hasn't released an album since Mandatory Fun in 2014, which was a commercial smash and a Billboard chart topper. But he's not finished with music just yet. He recently released the single Scarif Beach Party from the Disney Plus special Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation. He also has a new book out called The Illustrated Al, a graphic novel comprising over 20 Weird Al song lyrics visualized by some of the world's best artists, cartoonists, and illustrators. He also recently got his own pinball game. As for when we can expect the next Weird Al album, only the future knows. Who will be the next big pop star to get parodied? We'll just have to wait and see. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to assassinate that like button and then tell your friends all about it. Until the next time, we don't care about what kind of food you hate, so you better clean up your plate and just eat it. Eat it!